Hello and welcome to GPTV on the most beautiful Tuesday, the 23rd of April. My name's Philip Kingston.
And I'm Gary Peer.
And Gary, as we head towards the end of April,
Yep.
it just doesn't feel like it's as an energetic market as it was in February or March.
Are you okay?
Your thoughts?
Do I need to worry about you? Are you
No,
okay?
no,
You're good?
I'm good. But, you know, when I'm only doing 2 or 3 auctions on a Saturday
Yeah.
or a Sunday, I've kind of just got out of first gear. I'm just getting into second gear and it's like, I'm home.
Yep. Do you think maybe you're on the nose as a bit of an auctioneer? Maybe there's others that are popping up around you now, like you know, I don't want to mention anybody, but you know, some of the other people around, maybe they're getting a few more gigs, and
Do you know
maybe
what
there's a message in that.
I'm only one of 7 auctioneers, and they're all fabulous. But you know, we're also a bigger company now, Gary. So whilst I used to do kind of 80% of the auctions, then it became 60% of the auctions, and then it became 40% of the auctions. We also got more auctions on. Well, I'm not sure that I'm on the nose totally.
Although some of the auctions, I find just me laughing at your jokes. I'm not quite sure what that's about. But let's just talk about.
That's a sign.
That could be a sign. Exactly right. And when you forget my name, that's going to be a really bad sign. Got to say, it is a bit of an odd month, isn't it, April? And because Phil, you've got all of these things that are happening that are distracting the market. You know, and I think that
like what?
Well, you've got Easter.
Yes,
You've
Easter.
got Easter. You've got school holidays.
School holidays.
You've got Passover.
Three.
And you've got the end of maybe Ramadan. I don't know if that's a big thing in Caulfield, but you've got those sort of. So I think that would be.
Do we do Easter?
Yeah, Easter, Greek Easter.
6.
Greek Easter. So I think that's 5. I think Greek Easter, Ramadan finishing, school holidays, and Passover.
Anzac Day.
And Anzac Day. I forgot Anzac Day.
Yeah.
So there's 6 things that are going on. So I've got to say that it's a month where no wonder people are wandering around, not really knowing what to do. They're getting a bit lost in the streets, Philip, because we need to focus on real estate. You know, and anything that takes you away from real estate is just a distraction.
The heads of all of these major religions that we've talked about, they really do need to get together in the spirit of doing what is best for the real estate industry.
Yeah, they're quite selfish, aren't they? You know, I think religion.
We could convene a meeting of all of the heads of religion, where we agree. Leave your differences outside. In fact, we could host it here.
Yeah, I think so.
We could say to them, we could meet them on Balaclava Road. We could say, leave your differences outside. Right. This is a meeting where we're all going to work in the best interest of the real estate calendar.
I think we could. We could bring in Mustafa, we could bring in Moisha, we could bring in Michael, and we could bring in Patrick, you know, we could bring in all the different, Demetrios, we could bring in all the different, religions and ethnicity, what makes this country great, in my opinion. I love it.
I agree with you.
I love all the diversity. And bring them all here, Phil, and say, look, whatever you've got going on, whatever's happening anywhere around the world, whatever's happening with cultural differences, personal differences, just park it, because we've got auctions to sell. We've
Bring
got houses.
It inside and let's talk together and solve the problem, because real estate is really one of the 3 biggest topics in Melbourne. If you think about it, what are people interested? Like when you meet somebody in the street, you're going to say to them, "Oh, nice day."
Weather.
Nice day. There's weather as number. Let's get a little ting, weather. So you're going to say, "Hey, John, nice day, isn't it?" Then you're going to go, "How did your footy team go on the weekend?"
It might not be John. Could be Josephine.
Okay.
Could be any other
Whoever
name.
it happens to be. I'm just going with John. So we've said, "Hi, John, nice day. Weather, ting. How'd your footy team go on the weekend?"
That's Carlton played well.
That's football too. Ting. And then the number 3 thing you're going to say is, "Did you see the house around the corner? What it made at auction?" So these are the 3 biggies. The 3 biggies. And interesting, Gary, those are the 3 religions in Melbourne that everybody subscribes to.
It surpasses every other belief, I think, doesn't it, really? It just usurps everything else. That's what Melbourne's about. And of course, when you get months like April, they sort of throw a bit of the spanner on the works, and you know, you've got real estate agents wandering around aimlessly on the street, you know, they're almost getting hit by trams and endangering their own lives, Phil, because they're just a bit lost in April. It's a month where people are worry about people in April.
You know, Gary, I've been getting home on a Saturday and a Sunday relatively early, and I've got to tell you, it's really interesting. I don't know how the average person has a weekend every weekend.
Well, it's why I think we've remained married as long as we have, because we're just not there that often. I think it's a secret. The secret to a good marriage is
don't be there.
Absenteeism. Yeah. That's it.
Get a job in real estate.
Get a job in real estate. Your wife will never see you. Your husband will never see you. And every time you meet up, it's like you've just met for the first time. It's like, I remember you. We dated all those years ago and had some fun. And Anyway, let's move on.
Let's talk about this month and this weekend that we've just had because it was a busy weekend.
Yep.
We did have a clearance rate, Gary, of 67%.
Yeah, not our best.
Not our best. No. So we've got some work to do this week.
We have.
But the industry was also at 67, so it's not like the industry came around and smacked us in the face.
No, it didn't.
And I mean that in a kind of nice way,
not a safe way,
not an aggressive way. But we did have some phenomenal results. So whilst our clearance rate was a bit lower than what we would like, we did have some amazing results. And are you going to talk us through, because there's a property that I auctioned, Gary.
Well, go for it.
In Parkside Street.
Yeah, I know. That was red hot, wasn't it?
Here's the thing, viewers. Sometimes value is sometimes in the eye of those that want it.
That's true.
Because we'd done our CMA, comparative market analysis,
yes,
for a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom, single-story villa, circa 20 years old, in lovely and immaculate condition, but not exactly contemporary standards. We had run with a statement of information of 1.2 to 132. The reserve was in the range, so we're ticking a lot of boxes here, Gary. There were 5 people that bid for that furiously. Can you look at the camera? Not look down.
No, because I'm seeing the price, because you're going to mess it up.
Look at the camera.
I'm going to save you.
So we announced it on the market, and it sold for $300,000 over the reserve.
1655 was the figure there, Phil.
1,655,000.
And before those cynics start saying, talking about quoting prices, and this is the auction system. We don't know what things are going to go for, and something special for somebody.
We have an idea of something's inherent value.
We don't know what it's going to go for.
We don't know what 2 people under intense competition with a high desire to buy it will pay.
Well, didn't I just say we don't know what it's going to go for? Well, what's the difference?
Well, you kind of said, we don't know what it's going to go for. Like we've got no idea. Yes, we do.
Did you have any idea there? Well,
$300,000. There are these outliers sometimes.
Yeah, we were hundreds of thousands
out. So don't make us look on our show look completely stupid.
No, well, don't try to create a story above the story, right? The reality is we don't always know. That's the reality. We go through the system. That's what the auction system's about. And some things go for a premium, and this is one of them.
The underbidder on this property in Parkside was on the phone bidding through his daughter and his son-in-law, and he was from Sydney.
Oh, yeah.
So at these sorts of numbers, he thought that the selling price was just the deposit.
Yeah, that's right. Well, I was just in Sydney, as you know, Philip, and I got a bit of a round the grounds of what's happening in Australia.
What's happening in Sydney?
And Sydney's still,
strong.
It's also a weird month. They're also finding that they're distracted by religious things and school and all these petty things that don't matter, Phil, when real estate is the most important.
We've done this. Keep focused, Gary. What else went really well?
Adelaide, I spoke to one of the principals of Adelaide, a big agency there. I was Casserly, and that the good group, I'm happy to shout them out. And they said, look, something that was sold maybe 2 years ago for $550, like a villa, now $700. So that stuff's moved. We've seen that move as well here. Brisbane, pretty strong. Depending on areas. And Sydney, of course, still very expensive, but stock is tight. And Melbourne, I think, is probably a little bit softer compared to some of the other places. And that's not surprising, Phil, because the Victorian economy, let's face it, it's been knocked around a little bit.
Gary, I'm not going to get political. I'm not going to get political.
It's no politics. It's economics, Philip. I didn't say anything about politics. You're making it political now. I'm just saying that Victoria has been through a little bit of a tough
suffering,
time.
Is what you're saying.
Well, maybe. Maybe I'm saying it. Phil, that was one of the results, and I'm glad that you just launched it excitedly.
Shout out to the politicians that watch this show, and we know some of you do.
Oh, they love it.
Here's the thing. Basic economics. If you get the economy working well, people will naturally buy and sell more, because when people are feeling good about their jobs, about their businesses, about their prospects, they will buy and sell, and which creates stamp duty. And we all know governments are addicted to stamp duty. So get the economics right. This is not political. This is not me having a crack at anybody, but get the economics to the state right, and
everyone wins.
Everybody
wins. Everyone's a winner, baby. That's the truth. As they say. Oh, by the way, talking about music and songs, had a great concert at the Palais on Saturday night
Yes.
called Songs from the Thew Canyon, or
Yes.
Laurel Canyon
Yep.
in the 70s when all the hippies got together, or the 60s,
Yep.
all the hippies got together.
Yep.
Got to watch out for this crew. They are fantastic. Put together by Rick Chazen, who's the
Yes.
producer, and
Full House, I would imagine.
Yes, yeah, and Chusky Gwenda.
Yep.
I don't know if you know that young, talented man, but anyway, watch out for them. Songs from the Thew Canyon, it was called, Phil, and they do perform every now and then.
Bit of a shout out.
Yeah, they were great.
Songs, say it again.
Songs from the Thew Canyon, I think. It's
Okay.
THEW, but it's all like Neil Young and a little bit of Carole King, and
So it was a good time. It was a good. It was good
great.
feeling.
It was great.
Tell us more about the weekend,
I went
Gary.
on my own, Phil. I don't
Did
do
you?
that often. Yeah, I went up on my own. But
I'm not surprised.
Sat with Pip Scotty. That's it. It's got no friends, but I went on my own, and it was good fun. Phil, Milton Street. Let's talk about that auction, because I auctioned that property, 3 at 48 Milton Street, Elwood. Delightful vendor, but selfish vendor, Phil. Selfish vendors. Stayed there for some 50 years.
Yeah.
And look, I've got to say that as much as you're lovely people, can you not stay in a home so long?
Yep.
Because it's terrible for our industry, really.
5,
Have a
6,
chat about
7
it.
years. Enjoy it while you're
Yeah.
there, but think of us. I've
Move
got
on.
expenses. I've got a very expensive car that you keep opening your door into and chipping the side.
Sorry about
It's
that,
killing
Chief.
me.
Anyway, but look, well done to the vendor. Sold for $540,000, pretty much just around the top of the range. Delightful buyer there. Great apartment, and thank you to the vendors. But please just sell a bit more regularly. Lewisham Road, Phil, didn't sell, but I want to talk about this apartment, 7 at 27 Lewisham Road, because it's now been priced at $699,000. And this is a terrific, spacious apartment, elevated, Philip, with beautiful natural light, been renovated in Paran.
And Lewisham's a great address.
great
If you're
address.
looking for a first home or a downsize, or you're looking for an investment, you cannot go wrong buying something in
one
Lewisham Road.
Is a snap purchase, Phil. 12 Lebrano Street, I think you had the auction honours for that.
Sold that for a lovely couple that built this house and then moved interstate. We love a job transfer, don't we?
We do.
I mean, as much as we're very happy that you're happy in your house, but
Yeah.
if you do get a job transfer,
Take it.
yes,
Take it. Don't say no.
Take it.
Don't
It
say-
doesn't matter if it's for less money. A
matter.
change
We're-
is really good for the entire family.
Exactly.
All of you will grow through your change. of
Anywhere in the
address.
world. Look, even, if you get transferred to Afghanistan, you might think that's not a great gig, but you never know, You don't know the people there. They might
glass
be
is always
delightful.
half full.
Exactly right. Go check it out.
Anyway, we sold
Yeah.
that. That was a pass in and negotiate.
Yeah.
We
3-3.
had two parties running on that.
3365 Philip, sold nice and compliant within
Yep.
the range. $3,365,000, and well done to Nikki Janover, who does such a great job, and congratulations to the vendors as well. Philip, 143 Hawthorne Road's a property. It's unusual to talk about properties that didn't sell, but I'm excited about this because the asking
You're
price.
excited about a property that didn't sell.
I am, because
Yeah.
this is for sale on the
I
1/8.
tell you what, if our bank manager is watching this show, the bank manager is going to be going, yep, I think it's time to pull in that
Yeah,
loan
yeah.
because I've now got a client that is actually quite happy when he doesn't sell things.
You know what, Phil? I think the bank manager will see that value in that house, might want to buy it himself. But this is a home again, and most delightful vendors. But could you please have sold it a little bit more regularly?
How
and
many
sell it?
years?
Been with them, I think, 50 years or something. They
Crazy,
grew up there,
crazy.
So again, lovely people, but very selfish for the real estate industry. Look, this house, Philip's going to be now sold in the 1/8. And this is a great house on a good block of land, some 650 square metres, a substantial brick home.
Yes,
that's
good.
an opportunity. Parkside, you've spoken about, Philip, so I don't think we need to talk about that. Ash Grove, congratulations to the vendors of that. And look, don't you love it when you see a buyer? This buyer missed out in Avoca Street, then they missed out in Linlithgow Avenue, and the buyer finally purchased. And when you see a buyer that missed a few times, your heart's really with them. I mean, we don't play favourites, of course, because we've got to get the best price for
Our
our
job
vendor.
is to get the best price.
We have to, Phil. That's what we're employed for. But I was very pleased for this buyer. They're a lovely young couple who managed to buy that property. So well
And
done.
they've got some
Yep.
auction war stories for when they're sitting around
They
the
do.
classic dinner party or
They do.
the barbecue where inevitably after the weather, the football, real estate is spoken about. They can say, yep, I've got a few battle scars from Gary Peer auctions.
Exactly
but
right.
you were successful,
Live
so
to tell the
shout out
story.
and congratulations.
A happy ending, Phil, was priced between, we actually repriced it because the interest wasn't that great. We put it 710 to 780. The price is undisclosed, but actually sold for more than the reviewed price under
Okay,
competition.
good.
So well done, and thanks to the vendor, also owned it for a long time. What can I
Now
say?
we've got a reasonably busy weekend
Not
coming
bad,
up, Gary. How
not
many
bad.
auctions this weekend? Have you
April,
counted them?
We're rounding it out for April. I haven't counted them, but I
Okay.
will.
While you look directly at camera, I'm going to say that there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 auctions. If you'd done that and done your homework properly, Gary, this show would be 10 seconds shorter.
I'm sorry, you'll never get that 10 seconds back in your life. We could have just snapped off and gone back on. But look, let's get into it anyway, Philip. Talk about what's going on, because I know there are some beautiful homes. And we've got a couple of special homes to talk about, Phil, that are coming up as well. Some feature homes. Should we talk about the feature homes
Just get into it, Gary, because the show is now taking far too long.
Okay, triple auction action, Philip. This Saturday morning, we're going to kick off at 10:30 a.m. Actually, it's double auction action because one of those has been postponed. But 3 at 207 Neeran Road, Carnegie, is Leor Samuel's
Gary,
first auction.
and what a great way to start. This is a fabulous home. This is 2 bedrooms and a bathroom and a lock-up garage and a second car space and plenty of wraparound gardens and a timber deck area. That's beautiful.
You and I can have a little sleep in, Phil, because we're not starting until a bit later, but at 10:30, 2 at 524 Hawthorne Road is being auctioned by Jeremy Rosens for Nikki Janover.
Gary, what a beautiful development. This is on the corner of Gardenvale Road. So it's got a Hawthorne Road address, but it actually fronts Gardenvale. Brand new luxury, 2 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, a lock-up garage, courtyard gardens, and it's beautiful.
Double auction action at 11:30. I love the look of this home, Philip, in Belsize Avenue, Carnegie. Leor Samuel's auctioning at this one.
What a great address. He's meeting Mark Wynn there. That's 3 bedrooms, 1 bathroom, plenty of off-street car parking, beautiful garden areas, stunningly renovated throughout. That is a gem.
There wouldn't be, talk about gem. Jem Rosens is auctioning in St Kilda, Philip, in Whitford Street, and this is a great looking property. Ben
Eisner and John Sweepo, who are going to have auction honours there. That's a beautiful kind of Art Deco style apartment, 2 bedrooms and a bathroom, beautiful renovation throughout, polished timber floorboards, and a communal gorgeous garden.
We joined forces at 12:30, Philip, to auction in this incredible building, which I have fallen a little bit in love with, I've got to say. 62 Hotham Street, we've got apartments 2 and 9. One of those, of course, with an incredible rooftop garden. Tell us about these magnificent old-style apartments.
We featured this property last week.
Yep.
Incredible building, incredible location, stunning renovation, 2 bedrooms, a bathroom, a car space, and one of them has the most incredible rooftop terrace. So that is a stunning property. Even if you're not interested in buying, you should come down and have a look at that.
Mark Kirkham is a very busy fellow, Philip. Got plenty of work on at the moment, together with his assistant, Uddy, who's doing great stuff. Let's talk about Winalta Road, Carnegie. Leor Samuel back in Carnegie for his 3rd auction of the day.
Gary, what a beautiful property. You've got to love this. This is perfection, I think. 4 bedrooms, 2.5 bathrooms, a lock-up garage, another car space in front, gorgeous garden areas, stunning inside.
Oh, mama. Leor Samuel's going to be busy on Saturday, Philip. He's got 5 auctions, and the 4th one is 4 at 25 Oh Mama Road.
Meeting Mark Wynn and Christian de Vries, 1 bedroom, 1 bathroom, 1 car space. Beautiful, it's light and it's bright.
We have a selling frenzy in Murrumbina, Philip, on Saturday afternoon. We're going to be at 2:30 with double Murrumbina auction action. Let's talk about 34 Wallace Avenue being handled by Graham Callan.
Together with Oliver Quinn, this is 4 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, plenty of off-street car parking there, Gary. That is a really lovely home on a good parcel of 600 square metres of land.
And the curtain gets brought down at 2:30 with another auction in Murrumbina, Philip, this time in Murrumbina Road. Mark Kirkham is the agent, Leor Samuel, the auctioneer.
Gary, what a great property that is. 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, a double lock-up garage, beautiful garden, courtyard areas. That's immaculate, move straight in.
On Sunday, Philip, we've got not the busiest Sunday for us, 6 auctions, but some great properties. Let's kick off in Neeran Road with Leor Samuel's auction at 11:30 a.m.
Gary, that's a great property. We've sold a lot in this development over the years. 2 bedrooms, 1 bathroom, and a car space or an undercover car space. That's a fabulous property in an incredible location.
We've had good friends live in that building, Philip, and it's been a good one to enjoy. 12:30, we've got double auction action. Philip, you're going to be in Anderson Street. I'm sorry I can't be there, but I'd love to come and see the auction of this terrific apartment.
Selling for Shoalhaven Homes. This sets a benchmark in luxury real estate. This is 4 bedrooms, 3.5 bathrooms, a double lock-up garage, which is so hard to find because most of these properties have single lock-up garages. So this has got everything. As Julian Millman from our projects marketing division says, this is the new luxury home. So I think that's a stunning stunning property, and Shoalhaven do incredible work.
They do. That's a great standard, isn't it, Phil? And that one is sure to be popular, I would have thought. Phil, I can't come to the auction. I'm going to be in East St Kilda auctioning for Daniel Pierre for at 220 Alma Road with Daniel, Arlene and Romy all
Gary,
there.
2 bedrooms, 1 bathroom and an undercover car space. That's an affordable entry into that dynamic marketplace.
And I'm sorry I won't be meeting you at 1:30, Philip. I've got the auction honours. I've stolen from you in Hawthorne Road for this fantastic single-level villa, 1 of 2 with a lock-up garage.
Doesn't get much better than this. This is 1 of only 2, and it's the rear property, Gary. So you've got all of the convenience of Hawthorne Road without any of the noise. 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, a double lock-up garage, tandem, wraparound courtyard gardens. It's been beautifully refreshed throughout. It is a stunning property.
And while I'm there, Phil, you're just going to be across the road, Sycamore Street in Caulfield South, auctioning for Mark Kirkham, this great-looking property.
Gary, this is a great home. This is 3 bedrooms, 2.5 bathrooms, a lock-up garage, parking in front, beautiful inside and out, and Sycamore is a great location.
And we bring down the curtain at 2:30, Philip, with one of our favourite streets in Caulfield North, Maurice Street, and what a terrific-looking property this is.
Gary, this is architect designed by Kurt Popper in the 1950s, 807 square metres of land, that good cubic lines. It's in original but immaculate condition. That is an absolute gem that's going to be rediscovered by some lucky buyer.
Phil, that's a big wrap for our auctions this weekend. We had a couple of properties to talk about that are special properties that are coming up. They're not this weekend, but I want to talk a bit about this 23 Beach Street, Caulfield South, Phil, because I know that Daniel has been there with Arlene. They've been excited about this, so there's been some good interest in it.
Gary, you could not find a more beautiful house for the price range. That's a 3-bedroom home, or use it as 2 bedrooms and bigger entertaining areas, 1.5 bathrooms. It's been fully renovated throughout, so you've got the white walls and the polished timber floorboards, the stunning kitchen and bathroom, and then the surprise package is the huge back garden. And again, great location.
Yeah, good value in that sort of low towards the mid ones, Phil. Albany Court, we know that to be a fine address, a beautiful street with some great real estate in it. Number 4 has come onto the market.
Great opportunity, 641 square metres of land, a really good, livable, lettable home. So you could move in, you could think about what you might do in the future, or just add some more value to that home. But that's a great location in the epicentre of the Golden Mile of Caulfield North.
And Phil, when you think of Alfred, you think of there's a coffee chain in Los Angeles called Alfred's, which is outstanding.
Yes,
you
never
think
been
of,
there.
You need to get there.
Yep,
you hear of Batman's butler.
Yep.
I think his name was Alfred as well.
Good point.
And then there is also the street in Caulfield, which is Alfred Street, which
Runs
is the best of them all.
Hawthorne Road, Gary. This is a fabulous family home. It is ready to move straight into. 4 bedrooms and a study, 2.5 bathrooms, double lock-up garage, massive back garden that's like a park, seems to go on and on. 729 square metres of land, Gary, and that location off Hawthorne Road between Glenara and Glen Huntly would have to be Caulfield's easiest access point. It's a really well located street and a beautiful home.
Fine family living with excellent entertaining areas, Phil. That is a big wrap on this week's GPTV. I think we'll see you next time. Is it going to be May already? Just about, or the end of it?
No,
end
Gary,
of April.
it'll still be April. Yeah.
And then we roll into May, Phil, which is a traditionally
and
busy
then
real estate
June,
month.
Gary.
Yeah, before you know it, Phil.
July,
and before you know
August.
it, it'll be Christmas, won't it?
Correct.
There you go.
Correct.
But there's plenty of real estate to sell and talk about between now and then. So we look forward to keeping you in the real estate loop. And see you next week. I'm Gary Peer.
Philip Kingston, have a great week.